Hi, my name is Anna Haspaka, and this is my summer semester 2023 curriculum and assessment final presentation. So for this presentation, my purpose is to educate teachers on how to document and improve a child's development. So the first picture represents gross motor skills, and in this picture, a little boy is playing at a park. The little boy is climbing on logs. The park appears to be old. The little boy seems to be enjoying playing at the park. It looks like the little boy ran around at the park because of the dirt on his pants. The middle picture represents fine motor skills, and in this picture, a little girl and her teacher are playing with Legos. It looks like they're building towers. The teacher appears to be showing her how to stack the Legos, and there are two little boys in the background, and they are playing with different sized Legos. The third picture represents cognitive development, and it's a picture of a little boy and a little girl. They're playing together with foam puzzles that have letters in the middle of them. I can see the letters M, V, and I are some of the letters in the that the little girl has, and B, K, and N are some of the letters that the little boy has. And there is a bucket of toys behind them. It appears that the little girl is just about to be done with her puzzle. So the fourth picture represents language development. And in this picture, the little girl appears to be learning the first 5 letters of the alphabet. The little girl is using her fingers to point to each of the letters. The little girl is using magnetic letters. The letters that the little girl is using are all lowercase. The little girl looks like she is eager to learn the alphabet. The middle picture represents social and emotional development, and it features a little boy and a little girl clapping. They could be clapping for one of their friends. There are 4 other kids in the background as well. The 4 other children have their faces blurred out of the picture. The little girl seems to be very happy. The last picture is represents self-help, and it is a picture of a little boy taking off his socks by himself. He's taking off his socks outside near the playground. The playground, there appears to be a teacher sitting right by the playground. There are other shoes in the grass right behind him. His shoes appear to be the white shoes. So here are the gels that I chose for the pictures that I have selected that I felt that were appropriate. So the first gel for the gross motor skills picture is PDM 5.2A, and it says develops gross motor skills for a range of physical activities, and that's from Bright from the Start. All these gels are going to be from Bright from the Start. The second gel I chose is PDM 5.3A, and it says coordinates movement to perform a task. So the gels that I chose for the fine motor skills picture are PDM 6.2A and PDM 6.3A. And PDM 6.2A says coordinates the use of hands and fingers, and PDM 6.3A says performs simple fine motor skills. So the gels that I picked for the cognitive development picture is CDM/CP 2.3A and CD/CP 2.3A, and then CD/CP 3.2A. And the first one says uses objects as intended in new activities. And then the second one says experiments with familiar objects to solve problems. So the gels I selected for the language development picture are CLL 7.2A and CLL 7.3A. The first one says recognizes that the letters of the alphabet are a special category of visual graphics that can individually be named. The second one says with prompting and support can identify some alphabet letter names. And then the GELDs that I chose for the social and emotional development picture are SED 3.3A and SED 4.3B. The first one says remembers and follows simple group rules and displays appropriate social behavior. The second one says uses a familiar adult's facial expression to decide how to respond. The GELDs that I selected for the self-help development picture are CD/CP 3.3B and CD/CP 3.4B. The first one says test different possibilities to determine the best solution to a problem. And the second one says uses both familiar and new strategies to solve a problem. So here are some assessment tools that you can use to help in order to help the child's development. So the first one for gross motor skills, you can use rating scales. For fine motor skills, you can use checklists. For cognitive development skills, you can use portfolio assessments. For language development skills, you can use surveys. And for social and emotional development skills, you can use questionnaires. And for self-help development skills, you can use anecdotal notes. So here are materials that you can use to help the child with these developmental skills. So for gross motor skills, you can use a tunnel, you can use this bouncing donkey toy. For fine motor skills, you can use this pegboard, and then you can use this matching animal game that I found off of Temu, where the child has to use the tweezers to match the animals, to put the correct colored animals in the correct color bowls. For cognitive development skills, you can use a walker, and you can use this little cleaning toy set that I found off of the Genius of Play. And then for language development skills, you can use these letter and number blocks. And then you can also use Play-Doh. And for social and emotional developmental skills, you can use the Mr. Potato Head toy, and then you can use this little booklet chart thing that I found that's called the Rainbow of Emotions, and it teaches children how to use and understand their emotions. And then you can use, for self-help development skills, you can use this sorting block at the bottom, and then you can use this toy where the children have to use the hammer to actually hit the shapes down. So here are some strategies that teachers can use to help the development of the child based on the materials I have chosen. So for the first one, for gross motor skills, teachers can crawl alongside the child outside the tunnel, and then teachers can hop alongside the child to encourage the child to use their legs on the bouncing donkey. For fine motor skills, teachers can separate the different colored pegs for the children, and then teachers can lay out the different colored bowls and show the children how to properly use the tweezers. And for cognitive development, teachers can walk behind the children and hold the sides of the walker alongside the children, and teachers can guide the children through cleaning by them cleaning something first and then asking the child to clean it again with the cleaning set. So for language development, teachers can ask the children to say each letter and number on the blocks. Teachers can ask the children to create something out of Play-Doh and have the children explain what they created. And then for social and emotional development, teachers can create faces on Mr. Potato Head and ask the child to make the same face and explain the kind of face that they made. And then teachers can have the children role play for them to have a better understanding of their emotions. And then for self-help development, teachers can ask the children how can they put each shape in the box, and then teachers can explain to the children how to hold the hammer and how to hit the shapes. And here are my references pages. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day today. Thank you.